All right, here we go. Spawning down in the bottom right for himself, because he's currently teamless. It is GuMiho. One of the best tournament runs in terms of unexpectedness and in terms of grittiness and in terms of strategic diversity that we've seen in a very long time. At the recent ESL Masters Jönköping, it's been awesome to see GuMiho coming back with a resurgence. And his opponent spawning up the top left for Team Abydos. It is NightMare in red. Yeah, that was a stunning showing from GuMiho. He was, first of all, just his showing at all, where he was able to. By the way, this is a very late gas from GuMiho. This is super weird. This is not a new gas timing. This is an old gas timing. Usually it's barracks straight into gas, but he actually builds the gas right after, or well, yeah, barracks was about halfway done when he started that gas. So this is going to guarantee not a Marine first, or sorry, not a Reaper first. It will guarantee Marine first. So NightMare's going to see that, and he's going to know exactly what's up. Good scout timing for NightMare against what GuMiho is doing. But yeah, going back to ESL Jönköping, ESL Masters Summer, just a ton of damage being done to Maru's psyche by GuMiho. GuMiho had some amazing series at that tournament. I would say, in terms of like entertainment value, he probably had the 3 most entertaining series. I would say GuMiho versus Maru, GuMiho versus Spirit, and then the finals, GuMiho versus Serral, were all just lights out. By the way, NightMare, I don't know if this is a response or if this was what he was always planning, but he's going for a proxy. And my money is on proxy. Oh, actually, maybe this is going to be proxy 3-gate. Okay, it will be, yeah. Yeah, so he's going to build a, I guess not proxy 3-gate, but proxy 3rd gate. Ooh, hang on. Is he going to take the gas so he can mine all of this out? Oh, that would be cute. That would be beyond cute. That would be freaking adorable. There's the Chrono Boost on the Warp Gate. The fact that he mined 1 rich mineral from the low ground is actually so much worse than nothing. Oh, Adept gets into the main base. GuMiho, he's got no units in the main. He's got 4 Marines. They're pushing across the map inexplicably. And they will get a lot done. Hang on, who is this better for? I think this is better for GuMiho, but he is going to lose 3 of the 4 Marines he currently has. Does kill a lot of probes, forces a recall. But his bunker is very far forward. Oh, he does build the gas geyser. Oh, this is going to be awesome. Oh, look at the shift click. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my God, this is amazing. Good job from NightMare setting up this sequence. GuMiho's not going to see this coming. Unless he clicks that, which he didn't.
Enemy contact.
Stalker will get spotted here. That's going to be a dead Stalker. But, ooh, NightMare. Okay. Okay, GuMiho sees it. And now he sees, well, he's only got a couple of SCVs in the natural. This is not so bad. Ooh, shade forward onto the Cyclone. Will get the body block, and he gets the kill. Okay, that's big money. And the bunker is so far away, it can't even help. But Siege Tank is coming on out here. NightMare, when does he see it? He's going to see it when it shoots. Ooh, but it does shoot the Stalkers. However, Stalkers from the low ground, good spread right here. Oh no, don't lose high ground vision. The Marines are going to come in from the back. They will save the Siege Tank. NightMare kind of miscoordinated that a little bit, and GuMiho is going to get a massive cleanup. Great job from GuMiho. He knew that the Marines were useless while they were, well, he knew that he had to keep them in the bunker to keep them safe, and he used them when he needed them most. And now NightMare gets completely shut down. The tank does survive. I wonder if the best call for NightMare there would have been to back away. GuMiho, though, that was so well done. That was so well done and so well managed. Now, it was a weird situation already. But GuMiho, you put him in a weird situation. Oh, so unfortunate that he unsieged the tank right there. That could have been 2 dead stalkers, maybe? At least 1, I think. GuMiho is the king of chaos. He is the master of mischief. Now, what does NightMare have behind this? He already built the robotics facility. He did this already in a previous series where he went for a lot of early robotics facilities. GuMiho building a lot of siege tanks before getting up to stim and combat shields. Is that a... Okay, no, that is a reactor. So he's going to swap this off after he builds the 3rd tank. Yeah. And probably going to be Widowmine production from here on out. Okay. Templar Archive, so it's going to be 2-base Storm most likely. Unless he just goes Charge Lot Archon, but that would be weird. And it's already weird to go for Storm after going Robotics Facility first. First Observer is going to be coming in here. Okay. NightMare does see the Raven. Instantly responds. And he's got good vision, to be honest, on the map. He's got both watchtowers, a Stalker out front. Scan comes in, doesn't see much. It sees the robotics facility and an additional gateway. That won't tell you that it's 2-base Storm. So this could actually work out pretty well for NightMare. However, 3 tanks, that is no fun to deal with. Man, look at this wall from GuMiho that he's kind of had to build. Ooh, Scan comes down, does see the army. Or rather, does see the Observer. What am I saying? It sees the army. We've got Storm available in seconds, and it's 3 Storms. NightMare? Oh, actually, no, it's going to be 2 Storms for now. Ooh, make sure you don't feedback with one of the High Templar that can Storm. Oh, I think he keeps... Okay, there's the scan. Good job from GuMiho. Without that scan, he doesn't know that there's 3 Storms available necessarily. Or 2 Storms and a feedback. Now GuMiho's in a weird position. I think you want to back off, but you want to do it in a way that is safe. Oh, he almost gets one of these High Templar. NightMare kind of leaving it vulnerable. That also works. Basically trading medevac energy for a Storm. NightMare sending some Zealots out onto the map. Ooh, Storm does connect on the Marauders, but that's not how you want to be using that, certainly. NightMare will be able to intercept some reinforcements. Oh, if he can get in on top of that 3rd command center, that would be really nice. Did another High Templar just go down? I think it might. Yes, it did. Zealots not finding this 3rd base, so it will complete. Ooh, NightMare getting baited in here. This positioning from GuMiho is such a strong setup. All right, here come the Zealots from the back. NightMare's got to go in all at once, though. There is 1 High Templar in the War Prism. Ooh, he does get a decent little Storm. Can NightMare clean this up? He's doing the best he can, and he will get the cleanup. That was a fantastic engagement from NightMare. And now he warps in more High Templar, starts up a robotics bay. The one thing I can be critical of NightMare for, and we'll see if he does it here, hopefully he doesn't, is not building a forge in a situation like this, because yeah, you can get punished pretty hard. There we go. There's the forge coming on down. Now, I get wanting to continue to pump out units. He is still a little bit behind. Actually, maybe even a lot behind. Ooh, feedback on the Raven. Storm. Is Storm available? Widowmine's targeting the War Prism. Does get a huge connection. Not able to take it down, but knocking it so low into red HP. Great job from GuMiho on that. Did he even get some... Yeah, he got it down to 6 HP. That was 1 Marine shot away. Storm on the medevacs. I mean, it's going to help. It's going to help. But that's pretty much all the Storms being used. Still, now the supplies are even. Supplies are even. A lot of this army is kind of trapped. I think you want to send an Observer there into the corner. The thing is, there's a Raven here, so GuMiho would know he was being watched. NightMare would have, like GuMiho could get out of here. NightMare has kind of let him out. But GuMiho is not going to take the risk, I guess. That is a lot of army supply there. Still, I am really impressed by both players in this game. GuMiho to hold the first attack, NightMare holding the second attack. God, this is already a banger of a game number one. Really wild setup. Yeah, with that War Prism taking the Widowmine shot, it knocks it down to 20 HP. If nothing else happens. Ooh, ghosts are out. We do have 2-2 on the way here for GuMiho. Observer. Oh, I was so sure it got out of that scan. Ooh, nice EMP from Gumi. And because the War Prism's so low, oh my God, these EMPs. EMPs the Observer as well, gets that kill. That's 2 Observers going down in a very short period of time. And he knocked the War Prism to critical HP. By the way, armor instead of attack despite transitioning into Colossus. I don't know, man. That seems dangerous. Also, GuMiho's going to be on 2-1 very soon, and 2-2 not that long after. GuMiho being very patient, by the way, with these units on the left side. The Raven does have 100 energy, so will be able to Interference Matrix the first Colossus. Oh, Widowmines do get blinked past, but one of them still gets a decent shot. GuMiho is being so patient with this army on the left side. Oh, Storm does come on in. Is that a feedback on a Ghost as well? Yeah. But one of the High Templar did go down. Still, it's a very small amount of supply from NightMare, pushing back a very large Bioforce. Ooh, EMP on the War Prism again. God, this War Prism. Oh, if the Ghost even gets a single shot, it's dead. Okay, NightMare gets out of there. Oh my God, this War Prism is giving me more anxiety than waking up in the middle of the night and thinking you're waking up in the middle of the night, or sorry, going to sleep and having a dream that you're in the middle of an exam that you didn't study for. Yeah. Oh, High Templar. Ooh, Storm. Okay, does push the army back, but it's just a pushback. There's a big Storm. That actually gets a few kills, too. 4 kills. There's a couple more High Templar in the War Prism. Oh, there's the army. He pulls the trigger finally with this army, drops 3 auto turrets, and now NightMare is not able to deal with this particularly well. Now, it is a pretty clumped up army. There's the snipe on the War Prism. Very nice. Big Storm does come down. But GuMiho will be able to pick up and get away. At this point, just rally these medevacs back together. Oh, that one medevac. He gets the full one. That's a huge pick off. And NightMare actually going to be able to find... Oh, he gets 3 of them. Those were high energy medevacs. Even if he loses all 3 Stalkers, that is super worth it because of the amount of energy on those medevacs, and he even saves one. Meanwhile, one of the Forges did go down, and it denied +1 weapons. It's 2-2 versus 0-1 right now. NightMare, he's on 79 probes, and he's competitive in this game in terms of army supply. But he needs these upgrades as soon as possible. Meanwhile, GuMiho not missing a beat on the transitions. Second starport. Liberators with range are so good on this map. NightMare, though, amazing map vision. Does have the Observer on the left side. Spots a big army. And +1 weapons, +2 armor are on the way. We don't have any ship weapons. I really want to see +1 ship weapons start up for GuMiho if he's heading in towards those Liberators. Which, I mean, there's no reason for him not to. Now, the other option, you can go BCs on Neo-Humanity. It's a map that doesn't have a lot of strong attack paths. There's really only... There's 3 attack paths, but kind of only 2 viable ones. Of course, medevacs make it good, but Protoss players don't have medevacs. They have War Prisms. Ooh, Storm. Oh, the High Templar are able to keep itself alive. Gets all 4 kills. 1 HP with the double Storm. 5 Ghosts coming down at once. By the way, GuMiho really beefing up the army here. I am so impressed that NightMare is still in this game. That is... He has held on remarkably well. But he's still, even now, still is on the back foot, I think. But with the Disruptor count being high, Colossus count being high, Templar count being high, and 1-2 upgrades getting pretty close to completing, he's still competitive in this game. Some players, they're in a game and, you know, you're like, okay, yeah, you're in the game, air quotes, but you're dead on your feet. NightMare certainly still not in a comfy position, especially with these Liberators going to be having range very soon. But 3 more Stargates on the way. I say 3 more. It's actually the first 3. So NightMare has recognized that it's a Liberator transition. And I mean, it is the natural follow-up. He's got the high-yield gas base. He's on 5 bases. So too is GuMiho. But he was on... Well, how long has he been on 4 bases for, actually? Yeah, he's been on 4 bases for a while. And the 5th base, not as quick as it could be. EMPs do discourage an engagement. Kind of just a skirmish over the watchtower, which is weird to say because it's both of, like, most of their armies for both sides. Disruptors, well, they're going to discourage the engagement on the other side. Nice feedbacks coming in at the natural. And we will see this army getting unloaded. But the medevacs are very low in HP. Oh, the slow warping pylon is such a traitor here. Now, we will see the cannons finishing up. GuMiho, the fact that he was able to get into the main base here with these medevacs, and, well, with a couple of units, he does find a little bit of value, more than I expected, considering the feedbacks that came on down. Ooh, sniping High Templar, very nice here. Meanwhile, disruptor shots on the main army are going to be big storms coming in from NightMare, as well as those huge disruptor shots. This was 1-2 into 3-3, and NightMare, with the disruptors and the storms, they don't care about upgrades. They get some massive connections. Now here is where the upgrades really come in handy. Look at this. The High Templar are doing 1 damage per shot to these Marauders, but the storms will finally get the cleanup. 3 carriers coming in on at a time behind this. We've also got 2-3 upgrades on the way for NightMare. NightMare, I am blown away by this game from him. Genuinely blown away. He's got a big bank behind this. He keeps all of his bases alive. He's got a huge worker count. GuMiho's been on 65 workers for a long time. Now, this army from NightMare, yeah, you do not want to take that fight. Liberators just now getting to their +1 ship weapons, and they don't have their power spike, but the Liberator count is big. Carriers also, they only have +1 weapons. They're going to have a tough time against 3-3 bio. The Interceptors are going to get melted by Mass Marine. But the Liberators, because they don't have their upgrades, won't do as well against the Interceptors as they could. They only just now have +1 ship weapons. Building armor as well coming online, and a high-sec auto-tracking is done. NightMare going to move forward here. Ooh, the Liberators getting caught a little bit on the transition. Both of them do go down. More of them are here. Nice pulling forward from NightMare, grabs one. The Colossus going to keep this army at bay. There's really nothing that deals with Colossus right now. Actually, honestly, I would say pump out a 4th Colossus even, maybe even a 5th. Oh, you do not want to get caught with the rocks being dropped on you. GuMiho, though, doesn't see it. NightMare able to rotate through. The Planetary is going to provide a lot of buffer. Liberators as well, but the Planetary is being targeted down. The repair, not enough. It will go down. And now it is GuMiho fighting after the fact. Disruptor gets a decent shot. Colossus are still reigning supreme here with their +2 weapons. And even if NightMare gets cleaned up, it's not going to matter. He won't, though. And he takes game number 1 in a massive turnaround. Magnificent stuff from NightMare. He takes game 1. All right, here we go for game number 2. Spawning up at the top left, it is GuMiho in the blue. And his opponent spawning down in the bottom right with a magnificent hold and turnaround in that game for Team Abydos. It is NightMare in the red. Just incredibly impressive. The initial 3-gate really didn't work out well for NightMare. And it was a cool idea, too. Like, that was some SOS type of stuff with the mining out of the back mineral patch. That was really cute. Really loved that. But, yeah, NightMare, the fact that he was able to hold and stay alive and kept himself competitive, even after losing the +1 weapons and being down 3 upgrades for a really long time. NightMare never let the game get out of hand. GuMiho, even that triple-pronged setup where he dropped back into the main base, sniped the War Prism. Also, the fact that that War Prism stayed alive with 6 HP so many times despite being EMP'd after that was just incredible. Just incredible. GuMiho, though, I think the biggest issue was the Colossus. The Colossus were able to get so much work done. Way more work done than than you can let them do. Even with the 10 range Colossus bug, buff, whatever you want to call it, at this point it is a bug, but it is still a buff to Protoss, and it's a buff that Protoss, I think, does need. Even with that, it's... Oh my god, why is the Reaper... Okay, it's like, why is the Reaper ignoring this? Oh, extra zap. By the way, that last zap did make the sound, but did not actually go through on the damage. Funny little thing, the way that StarCraft 2 works. The animation and the noise went through, but the damage did not, because it died before it could actually transmit. Really funny. But yeah, Vikings still deal with Colossus very well. If your opponent overbuilds Colossus, if they don't have a well-balanced composition, but GuMiho just didn't have enough to deal with the Colossus at all. And NightMare, I am genuinely just blown away. Genuinely blown away by how well he played there. It is not easy to come back from a game like that. But once again, I'm impressed with how GuMiho dealt with that first attack too. Like, they're both playing really at the top of their game. Really cool. Now, because, of course, NightMare saw that it was double gas opener, he is going to be playing rather safely. Oh, gets a lot of damage onto this Hellion. I love the shade back play. It's just so nice. And GuMiho has to retreat right out, but now he gets intercepted. NightMare, now he can actually shade forward and go after these Reapers. Oh, nice split on the shade to make sure that there's no chance of an escape. That was a great little segment there from NightMare. Pretty much perfectly microed. No notes. No notes. I feel like I'm sounding so biased in favor of NightMare right now, but he's just doing such a good job. Behind this, looks like it's going to be... Oh, no, just 3-gate blink. 3-gate blink. Ooh, GuMiho does get the big lock on. And that will be... Yeah, that... Oh, okay, well, he still gets an SCV. Oh, and he snipes... Wow, snipes the Hellion, too. If he can get another SCV... Nah, he won't. GuMiho with the healing on these units. It's a good day to be an SCV for once. Almost never is it, but today it is. NightMare, I've said it before, I'll say it again. He's got some of the best pure Blink Stalker micro in Korea. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean he's got the best Blink Stalker micro, because there is context to it. But in terms of the mechanics and how he executes it, it is some of the cleanest in the business. Now, this is a really nice little push from GuMiho. Double Cyclone. But Blink is going to be done. However, the Stalker count is not huge, and the Cybernetics score will almost certainly go down. Now, because there's no Siege Tank... Oh, look at that. NightMare reading that GuMiho was going to pick up the unit here, and he changes target fire. Won't actually get the kill on the Cyclones. This was, by the way, an anti-Stargate play, but he still gets the Cyber Core. Ooh. Oh. NightMare saw the medevac, but he didn't notice it, I don't think. Or maybe he wanted to rotate the other units in anticipation of this maybe being a fake medevac or just trying to cover the third base. He's got to be mindful of this. We'll see if he keeps units in the main base. 2 Stalkers is not enough, even with no stim on these Marines. 2 Stalkers is not going to be enough. You're going to need at least 3 or 4. And if the units get fully unloaded, you'll need more than that. But I guess the shield battery can kind of compensate. Yeah. Somehow GuMiho is super far ahead in supply right now. Did I miss a supply block? Oh, something just went down. What was just killed off? Oh, it must have been a Reaper. Yeah, Adept must have gotten the kill on the top side. Yeah. Okay. Oh, blink forward into the main base. That was bold. And he loses the Observer. Oh, he really wants that Cyclone. Does get it, but it costs him 3 Stalkers and an Observer. I mean, even committing for the Cyclone to get for 2 extra stalkers is not worth it. Like the first stalker going down in the observer, those were kind of unavoidable based on the first Blinken, which is on Babylon always a questionable move. I don't like Blink Stalker play as much on Babylon just because the main base is tiny. There's so little opportunity to get something done. But even more so, committing in for the Cyclone. And that's kind of what I was talking about before. With NightMare having good pure Blink Stalker micro, because the micro itself was good, but the decision-making behind the micro, going after the Cyclone, committing for it, instead of just getting away and saving the 2 Stalkers. Those Stalkers are going to grab more value over time than the Cyclones. For example, he would have already killed one of these Marines here. Now, there is a 3rd command center behind this, so GuMiho is not looking to push out right away, but he's going to have an incredibly powerful 1-1 stim combat shields timing. And in fact, if he starts concussive shells on this tech lab that built the combat shields right away, like if he queues it up, he's going to have 1-1 stim and combat shields at pretty much the same time. There it is. There's that. Oh, no, he actually builds the concussive shells on the 3rd barracks, which is already, or 3rd tech lab, I should say, which is already up and running. Yeah, we've got all 5 base infantry upgrades on the way at once. +1 armor, +1 weapons, stim, combat shields, and concussive. And GuMiho's timing. Oh, man, if NightMare actually pushes into him right now. I mean, hang on. He will have 3 Colossus with range and charge and blink. Raven is not in position. The army's kind of spread out. GuMiho doesn't know where his opponent's army is.
Upgrade complete.
But he does get the kill on the Observer. Observer already saw everything. Stim is done in seconds. Siege tank does go down. Marauders a little bit caught here. Zealots from the backside. Hang on, is NightMare just going to run him over? Interference Matrix does come down, but GuMiho can't fight the army. He cannot, and NightMare can just tear down this wall and go straight up the ramp. Just go. Go, do not even hesitate. Is there a War Prism behind this? No, there is not, but I think you just go. I think you just go. NightMare, though, he's a little bit scared, and he's going to back off. And I don't blame this move, actually. Ooh, nice job right here from NightMare, blinking towards his army, knowing that GuMiho can't run into it after sniping the medevac. GuMiho just going to try and get as many picks as he can. But NightMare, despite the fact that it was GuMiho's timing with that 1-1 stim and combat shields, it was NightMare who was being aggressive and asserting himself on the map, and he got rewarded for it. And of course, NightMare did have a timing as well. He was hitting with the 3 Colossus, had a big army. Ooh, Raven. Uh-oh. Cannot afford to lose that Raven. He needs the spells from it. There is a Disruptor that is in the back. Anti-armor missile is big. Oh, Disruptor will get its shot off, does push the army back. And meanwhile, on the left side, Disruptor gets a big connection, forcing GuMiho away, and even not the damage. The damage itself was not the big part of those Disruptors. It was breaking up the concave on both sides. And with that, NightMare takes a brilliant series, shows some amazing micro and unit composition, as well as unit positioning. And he will take the series 2-0. Very well played. If you enjoyed that series, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. We'll catch you on the flip side.